So to wrap up with our final story, going to talk about some TV, something I'm really excited to talk about. Going to talk about that Black Lightning. Episodes 1 and 2. I'm going to give a review of that, of the new CW show. Now, Dusk and 90s, you only seen episode 1, right?
I've seen episode 2. I saw it on TV.
Oh, okay, you seen episode 2 as well. So Dusk, you only seen episode 1.
To
right?
my eternal shame, I wanted to see episode 2, but I didn't know it came out.
Okay, yeah.
But I have seen episode 1, and I watched it with 9 days.
All right, awesome.
Yeah, and we'll continue that.
So what did you two guys think of Black Lightning? What were your first impressions there?
If I could go first, I want to say my first impression is this isn't how all CW shows is, right? Because
it is
like
it is tonally very different from every CW show.
yeah, and I was confused because I'm like, wait, I thought I had a general consensus here that I don't like CW TV shows, and I like this show.
Okay, what do you like about it?
Great. The show is great so far. Like you have a strong black male. Of course, I'm gonna be interested in that.
Uh-huh.
He reminds me of my high school teacher that really got me to give a shit. And you can see that when he's getting involved in people's lives and everything. Like everybody looks up to him. He's the principal of his high school. He's a big, tall, standing, chiseled chin, beard. He's the icon of like what it means to be a man.
Yeah, sound like you want to fuck him, bro. Sound like you. That's what kind
Man,
of sounds.
between him and his daughters, man, I would have an orgy. Goddamn it.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, just speaking of that, man, he's got some fine daughters, beautiful daughters, beautiful wife. Like everyone in the.
We were actively saying it when watching the first episode. I actively like, 90s like, is it just me? Like his wife has like a beautiful face. She's a beautiful woman.
Yeah,
and she's chiseled too, man. Like her jawline.
Yeah, we were talking about like the chiseled chin and the jaw.
It's like everybody has very distinct
features. Yeah.
Yeah, it stands out. Very beautiful. I just like the overall theme of it all. Like he's trying to clean up his city. The casting was great, as we just said. Beautiful people. They don't hinder the storyline at all.
Right.
My main problem would be the upper class villain. I don't really know how best to say this, but the villain above the villain.
Right, the big boss.
Yeah, the big boss.
Tobias
called
Whale.
that. I called that as soon as I ended. I'm like, there are piranhas in that fish tank. Yep. Piranhas in the fish tank.
He went for every cliche.
He did. He had like a harpoon gun. He shot into a guy's arm, and he's like, "No, you're gonna go out there." I'm like, "Go out there? You shot me with a harpoon gun."
And he went out there, man. Had a cast and everything.
I know. God bless Cottonmouth Light.
Yeah, thank you.
Is that what you thought
man.
watching him? That he was just basically another Cottonmouth?
Wait, Diamondback, right?
No, Diamondback would be the big boss.
Okay, yeah. So Cottonmouth will be the guy that got shot. Okay,
yeah.
Just wanted to...
Okay, that guy. Lala. Right. You talking about?
Oh yeah, his name is Lala.
Yeah, it is Lala. Yeah, his name isn't it Octavian?
Because the guy before the big boss, his name.
Yeah,
is,
no, Lala is his nickname, but it's like Octavius.
It's like Octavius or something, something like that. Yeah.
It's like something actually kind of badass, and like, no, call me Lala. I'm like, you sure you want that?
Yeah, I think it's Latavius. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's still badass.
Yeah, I don't know why you would switch that to Lala. I don't know, like, is that gonna put fear in people's hearts?
That seems like an insult.
Yeah.
It seems like an insult to me.
Like if I heard somebody
bring
say,
Lala my way, where is she?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a guy.
That sounds like a woman's kind of nickname. I was like, yeah, I would. Sounds like he should be a character in Roll Bounce. I'm not sure if I'd be that threatened by him.
I can see
that. So do you like Chris Williams, who plays the lead? Do you like him there? How do you think he does as Black Light?
he does a great job. He can be very monotone sometimes, and I'm curious to see if that's because he's German. He was born in Germany,
Oh, really?
and I don't know if he's yeah. I looked that up a while back, and I don't know if he's German, born somewhere doesn't make you like adopt that culture.
Right.
So I don't know if he's like
I think he
been
was
in America
born
most of his
in
life.
Germany and went to move to America.
Do you know, like you said, maybe he
But
was, or
no, I think he did. Like I looked it up. I don't remember at the moment. Like when
same.
he did it.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know if he has somewhat of an accent at all, like how often he may travel. But it seems like he's doing the Rick Grimes from Walking Dead, where it's like he's British
Sure.
and he's just
Right,
I'm just
right.
gonna talk like this, and no one will never notice.
To be fair, whenever he talked, I was like, he kind of reminded me of. And I said it when we were watching it. I was like, he's the kind of person that I'm like, when he talks, I listen. Like, yes, Dad, whatever you say.
He's a very stern,
Yeah,
bass-filled
he's very
voice.
like he's very stentorian and very what I say has purpose. Listen to me. And he probably said the best line of when the cops just stop him and his family for no reason, and they like, get out of the car, sir. Is this the man? No. Like, do you mind telling me what happened? Oh, he got robbed. And I'm sure that the guy was a black guy in a suit driving driving a Mitsubishi.
Is this the guy?
You're not gonna tell me what this is all about?
You have a good night, sir.
I asked you a question.
The liquor store just got robbed.
And I'm sure the description is what? A black man? Dressed in a suit and tie? Getaway car, a mid-size Volvo wagon!
You have a good night, sir.
It was like
And that's like the best delivery. And I said that might as well just be like Black Lives Matter slogan.
Oh yes, I will support that, man. He was driving like a station wagon or something like that. Like I'm pretty sure the description was a black man in a suit driving a goddamn station.
It's a Mitsubishi station wagon, and like, and then he's just like, "Have a nice day, sir." And I'm like, "Fucking dick." No, but if I may, 90s, if I may, to give my
Of course.
opinion on this. I'll just be real simple. I enjoyed the actors in it. I think the show in itself is very similar to. I'm just gonna call it for what it is. It's Luke Cage light.
Really? Okay. That's what you.
Like, and that whether you like that, whether you have problems with that, that's on you. I liked Luke Cage, so getting more Luke Cage, even if it is I'm gonna be honest, a little bit more lighter tone or lesser variant, is still fine by me. I don't think it's the actor's fault. I think they do good with the material they're given. I care about everyone kind of on screen, except for like his daughter, who's just like acting a fool, and like just I'm shaking my head the entire time. Like, you listen to what this man is telling you to.
Right.
Well, like, I like that he's a principal, and that he's kind of made these deals with these different altercations. He's just kind of riding this line. That's something we really don't see in a superhero that kind of follows that line. Like, I'm retired, don't push it. I'll let you do your thing, but you leave me mine. And that's interesting. So where they kind of go that from there, I don't know if they've really altered that by two, but I think that's interesting. And I also like the layers he has a character of trying to retire, trying to keep his stars safe, but at the same time believing that the school is the most important avenue he can. It's a decent enough struggle, and I enjoyed the series for what it is. It does have the CW tropes, though. and that's just something you just have to accept when it comes from CW.
How so?
The main
Let's be
villain.
honest, it's a bit corny, and
Okay.
that's fine. I don't mind the corniness. In fact, I'm glad they embrace it. That's actually one of the things I like about the CW much more than I prefer the other to be honest, the DC universe and movies is they don't embrace the ridiculousness of their comics
Right.
more often. There's the wrong kind of corniness when it comes to kind of dialogue and the way its kind of plot is set up. It feels a little contrived too often, and some characters act more of a fool or act almost out of character just out of spite or just to get the plot going. That might improve. I've only seen one episode, of course, so that might improve by the second episode, but that's just little stuff I noticed. It didn't detract from my viewing of it. Overall, me and Nice had a great time watching this thing. I can't wait to see the second episode. This was it's probably my favorite CW show I've seen since The Flash, and then I got tired of The Flash.
Okay.
I know it's my favorite.
Yeah. Okay. So coming into this, I watched the trailer for it, and I was pretty excited for it. And watching the trailer, I was like, okay, this looks a lot like Luke Cage, and not because it just has a black lead, but because of the issues he's dealing with. He's dealing with trying to protect his community.
Especially like exploitation, and some of the music they used was actually straight from Luke Cage.
Yeah, they use a lot of mostly black music in it. A lot of hip hop. Even like, and one thing I do like about it, he has a theme. He has his own little kind of, it's a rap kind of theme he has when the show rolls out and goes to commercial.
Last night I saw a superhero. He was black. He said, "This is for the street. Black Lightning's back."
Which is nice.
Black Lightning back.
Yeah, he has his own cool little kind of theme going on.
I actually like the beat for the theme.
Yeah, I mean,
it is pretty good.
It's nice, it's nice having that. Because most of these superhero shows, like especially on the CW, they just open up with like the description of the show, like, "Hey, my name is Barry Allen, and one day I got struck by lightning and became the Flash, and with me and the help of my friends, I protect Central City."
My name is Barry Allen, and I am the fastest man alive. When I was a child, I saw my mother killed by something impossible. My father went to prison for her murder. Then an accident made me the impossible. To the outside world, I'm an ordinary forensic scientist, but secretly, I use my speed to fight crime and find others like me. And one day, I'll find who killed my mother and get justice for my father. I am the Flash.
Like, that's cool and all, you know what I mean? But it's like, that's just not interesting. I miss when superheroes used to have a theme, music they used to go out to. And this dude, he has a theme, and that's nice that he has that. It's fun that he has his own little kind of song he can go out to. Chris Williams, he's done mostly TV acting. And I think you get a sense of that with him and a lot of other people on the show, that it's mostly TV actors, kind of that, on a TV show. You kind of get a little bit of sense of that. But with this, I think where it has similarities with Luke Cage, the way I think it feels differently, is one, you have an element of, he's a guy that is way older. He's like, 47, guy who's late 40s, who tried doing the superhero thing, realized, okay, maybe this isn't the goal. I can impact more lives being a principal and influencing a whole new generation of kids. And maybe that's the way I can impact my community. Because being a superhero, I mean, how long can I do that? And plus, it was tearing up the relationship with his wife and led to their eventual breakup.
That's also something I liked about it too, was that it's an ex-wife, but he still loves her, and he wants her back.
Yeah.
And that's also what I like too, is that he chose that I can help people aside being a hero.
Yeah.
That's something we usually don't get ever.
Yeah, like I can actually influence things another way.
He has to choose between fucking his wife and fucking his tailor.
I mean, that is very true. And you bring up the tailor, who's played by James Remar, who people know him. He was Dexter's dad in Dexter. And he's in this, and he's he's the Cisco to his
He's the Alfred.
yeah, Alfred, the Cisco, the Felicity, the Win. That's like
The
on
Kingsman guide.
yeah, he's the guy that is the tech guy. He's the guy that does the suit for him. And I think he's pretty solid in it. I mean, like you said, some of the dialogue is pretty corny. Like, you know what I mean? When he's talking to him, but I think that it does a good job at showing that kind of arc of that character and showing that okay, like he's trying to go a different path and do different things. I think it's a little harsh of his wife to say like, when he's sitting there bleeding, like, well, you ain't no better than a crackhead. I was like, I think that's a little.
Oh yeah, I'll agree with you
little,
on that.
I think that's a little harsh to compare me saving lives and saving people to me being a crackhead. I think that's a little harsh there, lady. I mean,
she was being hyperbolic in trying to say that you're just like an addict, you're addicted to this. But she also did say it to him while he's bleeding to death in the bathtub.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
we can't argue that.
Yeah, I mean, I was like, yeah, I think that's a little hyperbolic. That was a little harsh to compare that. I mean, like I think they've played with that idea before, and maybe they'll do it again in the show. But they've done that in superhero stuff before, where somebody who I think they've even done it in Batman stuff before, where the fact that somebody can just be so addicted to this lifestyle of the adrenaline, almost dying, that rush you get. I mean, that can be addictive for you, and almost you can obsess over it.
It's the reason why we have adrenaline junkies.
Yeah, I mean, doing that and being a hero, I mean, that can, get to you, I think. And they constantly refer to him in the show as Black Jesus. Him, doing so many great things in the community and stuff going around. How people love him. The supporting cast. I like his daughters. I think the eldest daughter, who's played by Nafessa Williams, who plays Anissa Pierce. I think she's good. Right now, because it's the pilot and the second episode, they're kind of types right now, especially the younger girl. She's just, kind of the wild younger child. You know what I mean? Kind of going around here disobeying orders.
Acting a fool.
Yeah, so that kind of being a brat right now. So they're kind of types right now. So I think they'll grow more as characters as the show goes on, and they do deal with a lot, especially in the first episode. I mean, being kidnapped.
Just to ask, do you remember the youngest daughter from anything else?
Yes, I do. Now, the only recognizable face there's only two recognizable faces I've seen before, and it's the youngest daughter, who she was in Tyler Perry's Daddy's Little Girls. Have you ever seen that before?
Oh, she was in that too.
Yeah.
I forgot about I'm thinking House of Pain.
Yeah, she was in House of Pain. She was also in that. She's been in some Tyler Perry stuff.
And then a Disney show, Ant Farm.
Yeah, she was in Ant Farm, Disney show. So yeah, she's a recognizable face. So she's grown up. I was like, because I remember her saying that when she was like a really little girl, and Daddy's Little Girl. She was like maybe like 10 in that movie or something. Yeah, so she was really little in that movie.
You talked about her being like defiant and everything, and I'm like, oh yeah, House of Pain. That's her character right there, growing up.
Yeah, so yeah, maybe that's why they cast her. It's like, well, you can play this really well. You know how to do this. Also, I like the fact because you see, like, eventually they're gonna become superheroes as well. Because in the comics, his daughters become Thunder and Lightning, and you see like the oldest daughter, her developing her powers. Happens when she gets scared, gets nervous. And then she'll eventually get her own costume. And also, this is the first time we've seen a black female lesbian superhero before.
Man,
you know what I mean?
That is a combination of words.
Yeah, so a lot of people are pretty hyped about that. A lot of people toyed with the idea that because, you see him, and what I like about this also, and you'll see this in the second episode, Dust, of how Black Lightning, because him being so much older, which again, that's why I think totally is different from all the CW shows, showing a more older superhero. Because all these people in the CW, they're mostly millennial.
They're all young.
Yeah, millennial 20-something. Even Oliver Queen is like early mid 30s maybe. But this one, you see him when he's fighting, and then I think maybe this is at the end of the first episode where he's just in bed, and he's just laying in bed like, holy shit. I'm old, and he's trying to get up, and for him to get up is just such a struggle, and he even has to use his lightning abilities to even just kind of get up and work his muscles and walk, and it's just like, yeah, I like seeing stuff like that. I think that is really cool, really dope.
That was one of the things I liked was that he's we don't usually get the perspective of kind of the worn down hero.
Yeah, like the guy who's just kind of battle weary. Do
the
you
old
think
man Logan of the DC universe? So go ahead.
Sure.
Do you think eventually, as the show goes on, do you think like he'll take a back seat and become like old man Bruce Wayne to their kind of Tommy McGinnis? With the two daughters, you think?
Well, my question is,
go
ahead.
Go
What do you
ahead.
think about that, Dusk? My question is, are they in the same timeline? Like, if we see Black Lightning in the Arrow or the Flash, is he going to be younger or the same age?
Right now, they say that Black Lightning doesn't connect to the Arrowverse, but they said that I think at first with Supergirl because she was in a different Earth. I don't know what Earth Black Lightning is on. I think he's on. I think they may have said he was on a separate one. But like when there's somebody on the TV, which also I like they show that the news and how the news perceives Black Lightning. That's also a really nice touch. And there's somebody on the news and they're talking, and they're saying how there's other heroes. Like, why is it that he gets portrayed as a vigilante, but other people get portrayed as a hero? So it does insinuate that there's other heroes out there. Now, who those other heroes are, they could bring in, like, oh yeah, Arrow and Flash, and so on and so forth.
Okay, good eye.
Yeah, so they can bring in that. And the person that was talking about it, his name was Ronald Martin. He was one of the people that are talking about it. And he's a big political pundit guy who talks about different types of issues like that, on TV all the time. So yeah, I mean, it'd be very interesting to see if they introduce him into the world. Right now, I like him being in his own world, doing his own thing. I like that as of now.
He gets to rest in his own world and build it up.
Yeah, very much, which I like. Also, I like the villain. I think the Marvin Crondon Jones III, who plays Tobias Well, who's the main big boss, the main villain. I think he's good. I think he does what he's supposed to do. I think he's intimidating. He's strong. Also, he's albino. You know what I mean? He's an albino brother. And so, hey, shout out to albinos getting some work there. And he's threatening, and he is what he needs to be. Also, nice to see him roll around with a low budget Sophia Boutella. So that's cool on him, because he's got his own badass female kind of assistants / right-hand woman, like Lex Luthor. He had his. He's got his own.
Well, he did until he blew her up.
Yeah, I mean, he did till it blew up. I mean, yeah. And then Batman v Superman for you. Fuck that movie. But yeah, so I mean, I'm liking it. I mean, some issues I have with it. I think that first of all, I hate the suit. I do not like the suit. I think the suit looks, it's way too neon. I think for me, well, like when they show flashbacks of his suit and it looked like the actual.
It's kind of better. It's actually much better.
His actual suit from the comics.
Yeah.
It actually looked way better. I was like, why didn't you just keep that suit? That suit looks badass to me. I actually like that one way better. And also, why is it that he doesn't actually have a helmet? Like, why has he just got goggles and not a helmet? Like, people are shooting you at your head, and it's like, why not just get a helmet?
I've been told that he doesn't really. Well, then again, they would neglect the suit to begin with, but I've been told he uses like a force field of electricity. So.
Okay, he uses a force.
True, but what if the force field goes down? I'd still rather have a helmet. Maybe block bullets.
Point.
Yeah, I mean, I thought. Yeah, I thought
that
was like.
No offense, as a superhero, I'd want as many contingency plans, especially if I'm a father.
Yeah. And I thought a lot of the action in it was pretty good. I mean, the scene where he raided the motel, it did feel a little bit like when Luke Cage did the warehouse scene when he raided that warehouse. How did you guys feel about the action in it at all? Or did you think the action was pretty good?
For a CW show, it was pretty good.
Yeah, spot on.
Because you guys, because Arrow is really great. You must not watch Arrow, because Arrow's action is pretty great.
I did. I watched Arrow for like 3 seasons, maybe 4.
3 seasons, okay. Because the one thing you could say about CW is their fight choreography is really great.
Oh yeah, no. It's definitely solid. I felt it was a little quick. But I did at least get to see what was happening.
Okay.
That was appreciative. He wasn't doing too many stunts, and I kind of acquired that to being like, I'm too old for this shit.
Yeah.
I don't have time to like. Arrow gets to jump around and flip around. He's just like, son, I don't have time for that, and he just zaps everyone. He's just zap happy, as Martin from Double Toasted put it.
Yeah. And
Throwing haymakers.
I love that scene where I think this is an episode. I think this is episode 2. There's a scene where he goes to some penthouse and everybody like remembers Black Lightning. Everybody in the community knows Black Lightning, loves him. It's like, hey, Black Lightning, what's up, man? And then there's a scene.
Black Lightning, my man.
And there's a scene he tries to get on the elevator. He's like, hey, man, you want to take the elevator? He's like, nah, man, the brother needs to exercise, you know. And
Black Lightning, my man.
Lala, what floor?
Penthouse.
Thanks, bro.
I got you.
No, I'm gonna take the stairs. I'm just getting back into this. Brother needs all the exercise he can get.
he takes the stairs instead. He actually has a hallway fight on the stairs, so that's pretty cool. And I mean,
Can't get enough of those, man.
yeah, I'm really looking for this. I mean, I watch all the CW shows. I watch Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, Arrow, Supergirl. I watch all of them. I will admit, I get people's hate for them. I mean, I'm still sticking with it. I mean, some seasons of these shows get really bad, like especially like season 3 and 4 of Arrow was really bad. I mean, like
It was.
like Iron Fist bad. Like it was bad.
You know what? It was worse.
It was worse. Yeah.
It was worse than Iron Fist. You gotta give him that.
Nah.
No. You ain't gonna back away from that.
It was Iron Fist bad, but I'd rather watch season 3 and 4 Arrow again.
Fine.
Over Iron Fist. But yeah, and right now Flash is okay. I think Flash is dipped for me. Season 1, I love the Flash. It's dipped for me. Supergirl, I'm enjoying it. It's pretty decent. Legends of Tomorrow, I think it's in a good space where it is right now because it's just accepted what it is. It's just a fun show and it enjoys revering, like just like embracing kind of that cheesiness of it and good on it for that. This one, I'm having the same feelings I had about it like Flash season 1, where I'm excited to watch it episode to episode. I can't.
I think it's a good promise, but like any other CW show, I hold my breath and wait for the ball to drop.
Yeah, because let's see if they can maintain this for a course
all
of
the way through.
Yeah,
for 3 or 4 seasons.
Yeah. So see
I
what
think
it
that's
turns
all they
into.
have.
Yeah, see what it turns into. But yeah, I mean,
Thumbs up, man.
Yeah,
I gave it a thumbs up.
Yeah, high tune in for me. Very good. What about you, 90s?
Same.
Same, yeah. Yeah, so we'll come back to you all about the like mid-season when they do their break.
Yeah, we'll do it mid-season.
And we'll recap on all the episodes there. But is all the topics we have for you guys today. Any final word for the people at all 90s?
My final word, man, bring Static Shock to the freaking show.
Oh yeah. I think that definitely will happen season 3 or 4, where Static Shock, he'll like go to the same school as the girls and he'll probably date one of them. And
you have the same mind as me, man.
Yeah, and I guarantee you that'll happen. And then if people,
his best friend Richie Gere is not gonna show up.
When he gets his own spinoff, like people love him enough, and he'll get his own spinoff, and he'll have his best friend, and he'll move to like a different city, and he'll
I see what you're thinking.
Yeah, but I definitely
the Miles Morales thing.
Yeah, because like Black Lightning will be like his mentor.
Right.
Yeah, that'd be badass. That'd be really badass. Yeah. So yeah, Static Shock. I can almost bet that's gonna happen. Any final word for the people at All Dusk?
Glad more brothers are getting work.
Yeah, that is very true. Yeah, got to see more Black heroes in effect. And Black Lightning had the biggest debut out of any like CW show in the past 2 years.
Good for him.
Yeah, so like that I think a lot of that has to do with the Black Panther thing. Black Panther effect a little bit, where a lot of people are excited to see Black Panther, and I think that's carrying over. Now is a great time to put out all that, Black superhero stuff. It's like let's put that shit out. We got to put that shit out, market it, because the market
Get that Miles Morales, get everybody in there.
Yeah, because that market is heavy for it. All right, people. So I hope you had a good time listening to this. Hello, thanks for checking out our content. If you liked it, let us know, and if you didn't, let us know that as well. If you want to see more content, we post every Saturday on SoundCloud and YouTube at The Afternoon Tune. You can also find us through various social medias, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, all one word at The Afternoon Tune. And if you don't deal with any of that social media stuff, you can also find us through our email at theafternoontune@gmail.com. And don't forget to always stay